hadn't planned on actually sliding into my chair tonight, but I did. There you go. Okay. Steve has a client, and that he's seeing, I think, later this week. Saturday, maybe? I don't know. And so I said, do you want me to do another little basket for your client? Like, now I'm too far away. I can't see the stupid screen. Move that over. Hi, Julie. Okay, so we're going to make a last minute, a little mug rug. And I still have this panel. I tell you what, this butterfly quilt just completely consumed me and threw me. And now, if you watched my short from yesterday, the backing is too small. Hi, Madeline. Minnie was actually just in here. Oh, she is. I wish you could see her. Okay, so I took a quilt that I had made years ago, and it's just it's flannel on both sides, and it's just really poofy, and it was a tie quilt. And set it in the side because she loves it, so she just curls up there. But today my wool mat is on the floor, and it's only like 18 by 18. It's just this small. You've seen it, this small little square. And she's now decided that that's where she's gonna lay. This talk. Okay. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Dubravka. Nice to see you too. So we're going to make a little mug rug tonight. I don't know if we're going to get it finished tonight, but it's been... When you're running around like crazy, and then you have to run over to CVS. So I grabbed Minnie. We hopped in the car, ran over to CVS. I was flying through CVS trying to get the stuff I needed. And then, you're always trying to decide, you got to, And I thought, oh, you know what? Now would be a good time to take my blood pressure. That's not necessarily the ideal time, when I also knew I had to get back here, get dinner in the oven, be on time for you guys. Woo! So, I think, Minnie, what are you doing? I think what I'm going to do is use this panel. I'm going to call this little portion here kind of a wash. And then I think what I'm going to do is do a couple of these little square things on the back. So I'm going to, this is you can play with whatever's down there, honey. So I'm going to do this one with the truck and the two little pieces as the front. And then on the back, I think I'm going to try and put a couple of these little pieces together and see if I can size them up right. Watching from Maine. Woo! Okay, Jean. How cold is it in Maine? These are usually the glasses that God, it's hot in this house. These are usually the glasses that I wear in my office when I'm working. And I spent all day today trying to find them. And they were in here. I snipped a little bit up high on this. Now what to do? Oy. Well, that's okay. And I still, So the backing on the butterfly quilt. So I pieced it together with the green and I literally used, I think all I have left is the 2.5-inch square that Minnie's playing with on the floor right now. Literally, I think that's all I have left. There's just nothing left to it. And it's still just not, it's just not wide enough. The length is fine, but as Madeline said, once I put those borders on, I was able to make up for the, the length, but not for the width. So, okay, let's do that. One of these. So now we are forced to get a backing tomorrow, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's been in the teens a lot. Today it was 35. Sorry. Oh my goodness. We've been bouncing all over the place. Monday it was so cold. Yesterday it was chilly. Today was 76. 74, 76. I went to take Minnie for a walk this morning. And I had on, like jeans and tennies and socks and the whole 9 yards and a cashmere sweater because it was nice and cozy. And I was sweating when I came back. Ooh, dear. And happy Hanukkah to those of you celebrating Hanukkah. Okay, so there's my front. And then on the back, I'm going to kind of alternate it and put the longer panel on this side with the Christmas tree. And now, let's see. I guess we don't really have any other little things. Just those birds. Oh, well, let's do the birds. So that's the plan for the butterfly quilt because, first and foremost, I want to get it finished and I want to get it out of here. And I really can't see any other way around on the backing. If you watched my short yesterday or the video from yesterday and you have an idea, I'm happy to entertain it. The only thing that I have left is, well, I don't have enough butterfly fabric to compensate for the width. And how about 25 degrees? Nice clean air. Woo! Dubrovka, it's heating. It's warming up in Ontario. Is I have some of this. But it's just not, it's not working. And by the time I get done with this thing, it's just going to look so haphazard that Stop. All right, let's see if these birds will fit on here. Get these guys on here. Oh, too big. Cut this off. Okay, as usual, what are you making for dinner? I have a meatloaf in the oven. And this is how I time myself now on my meatloaf. I literally threw it in the oven before I ran in here. Okay. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Now, I'm going to start by, I think I should probably square all this stuff up. So let's square it up. Oh, you can't see, sorry. Let's let's get this squared up here. I was listening to somebody earlier today, and they said, "Oh, next week is Christmas," and I was like, "Okay, read your calendar. Next week is not Christmas." Yeah, it is. The one thing I have learned about a lot of panel pieces like this, where there's multiple little panels, I have found it. Now, this is probably not, gospel. You probably couldn't take it to the bank, but a lot of times there's multiple kind of little inner borders, so that if you're doing something like this where you're kind of taking them apart, you can trim them up, and then once you sew them together, you'll still be okay. So that's what we're hoping for this time. What are you sewing? What are you working on? What do you have going on? That's that one. Isn't that adorable? So cute. So cute. All right, let's trim these birds up. Bird and tree. This one is from Hobby Lobby. And I know that my local quilt shop has some fun stuff, but she's literally only open until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And there's just no way. I think that this is, especially right now with Joann's closing and everybody kind of scrambling. Maybe not scrambling. Maybe people have just kind of figured out what they're going to do. If you own a shop, it's a great time to try and figure out a way to, increase your hours or, I just feel like it's an opportunity right now for your business. And you want to make it as easy on people to come and spend their money with you as possible. Especially this time of the year. So, just my 2 cents. Okay, so I got the back done. I got the back ready. So, a little tree and a little cardinal. Whoops. Decorative ribbon to enhance and enlarge mug rugs. Ah, that's a fabulous idea. You know what? I have we're going to make this one, and then I think that maybe later this week, maybe tomorrow or Saturday, I might do something. Because you know what? It's funny, Madeline. I've been thinking about that. I feel like I have all this ribbon, and I really could do some cute, embellishments with it, even as like a border. Maybe we'll have to try that. I think that would be adorable. All right, let's just get everybody the same size now. I will say this: the something that is just I mentioned that we put up a tree this year. We bought a tree, cut it up, blah blah blah, and the last 2 years there's just been so much going on and moving around and going here and going there that we haven't done it. And this year we were like, okay, we're doing it this year. And I love it. Oh my gosh. I just absolutely love it. I love it, in the evening. That's really my favorite time is, you know, dinner's cooking and you're kind of just winding down the day. And oh, I just love it. I don't need anything else this year but that. And a couple of candles. And maybe a bag of chocolates. Ooh, laces be fun too. Okay. Ta-da-ta-da. All right. What is everybody's plans? Are you doing anything special for either Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate or Christmas? What fun thing have you got going on? All right, now. Okay, I'm going to sew the front and the back panel pieces together. Let's do that real quick. I will say this butterfly quilt has been absolutely destiny because I am at the end of everything that I've used for that quilt. So I have no more butterfly fabric. We've got enough to do like a placemat. I have no more green fabric. This is what I have left of the green. I already showed you what I have left of that kind of linen-y fabric. There's just nothing left, and there's literally about a yard left of thread that I used for that. Took it all the way. We played chicken with that thing, didn't we? I saw a question by a lady in another quilting group or sewing group earlier this week, and she was doing something with a strip set, and she couldn't figure out why her strips kept coming out, especially the more that the further into the quilt that she got, why her strips kept curving. And I used to have that problem pretty consistently. I'm watching my machine sew a 1/4 inch, and somehow whenever it came off the machine, by the time I got to the end of my project, all my stuff was curved. And what I found for me is either letting the fabric as it comes off the back of the machine is not staying straight and falling straight off, or in a situation like that, if you're not lined up, if you're not sitting square to the machine, or you're letting it pull, because you'll still be sewing a 1/4 inch, but your 1/4 inch is waning because of that pull. So if you're new to sewing, I know we have a lot of people that are new to quilting or what have you. Be careful of that because it will just frustrate you to no end. All right, let's do this one on this side. I have a feeling when I'm done with this that I'm not going to be as pleased as I had hoped. I think it definitely needs a piece of fabric in between because I had to cut the red border out. It's going to need something in between these little small panels. So we may just keep this for ourselves. May not be something that somebody else would notice, but hi, Jean. And what I just thought of was, you see how there's this buffalo check up here? This will be very different for us. We're heading to New Hampshire where my daughter is. Wow! That's cool, Shannon. Congratulations. And then there's this red check here. So I think I know I have some ribbon or I know I have some black and white buffalo check. and just do a small strip in between, kind of break these up. So I think for tonight, this is probably just going to be for me. Which, hey. Okay, let's get a little piece of batting. Don't go away. And I'm back. Okay. So I think what we'll do is I'm just going to finish this up for tonight, just for fun, just because it'll lower my blood pressure, just to sew for a few minutes. But then I think that tomorrow, I think I'm going to cut these same panels out, and I think we'll do it with some ribbon. I'm gonna steal Madeline's idea and get a little bit more creative with how we break this up. How did my cookies turn out? Hanukkah was with my family, and as you know, my husband wasn't Jewish, so it's Christmas with my extended family. Oh, there you go. A little bit of both. Louisiana girl is going to be cold. Yeah. Layers and coffee. That's all I got. My cookies turned out fantastic, except the oatmeal cookies that I was trying to make nice and thick spread again. However, and I chilled I always chill my dough before I bake it so I don't get as much spread. My butter could have been a little bit too soft. First, that's the first thing. The second thing is, I think also I would revise her cookie recipe and add more flour. It didn't have a lot of flour. And if you're baking cookies, just as a tip, and you don't bake a lot, or you don't usually bake cookies, and your cookies tend to like lose their shape, or they really start to like all over your cookie sheet, it's usually because one, your dough is too warm. So put them on your cookie sheet and stick the cookie sheet in the freezer or the fridge for just a couple of minutes. Two, your butter's too warm. And by the time it gets from you mixing it to you handling it to you balling it to you putting it in the oven, the butter's it's just going to spread. And three, there's not enough flour. So in this case, I'm going to kind of revise her recipe a bit, because her claim of it being thick and chewy oatmeal cookies was wrong. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to try that and kind of adjust her recipe a little bit. But I also believe that with oatmeal cookies, you've got to have a little bit more stuff in them. So this stuff helps to kind of bind it all together. It gives it shape. So I'm going to revise them. But I will say this, that they're kind of becoming a bit of a signature cookie for me, which is really exciting. I'm happy with that. And I'm going to bake some and send them to my mom, because actually, even though they spread out and they were thin oatmeal cookies, they were fantastic. I made so many snowflake sugar cookies. I could... And unfortunately, my snowflakes ended up kind of, by the time they were baked, they looked more like flowers than they did snowflakes, but that's okay. And then I did white chocolate chip cookies. And those are always gone. They're just ravenous when Steve takes them. But yeah, they all went. And here's the sad thing. Nobody else brought anything. And it's supposed to be like a spirit day, like a bring your favorite, bring a baked item, to share. Who's the only one? People. Okay, ready? Here we go. Whoops. Angela. Let's start in the corner, girl. Yeah, I think I'm going to play with this a little bit more. I think I'm going to do another one because you'll see in a second. By the time I had to trim it all up to fit, it lost all the... It just seems like it was cut too close. So I'm going to redo it tomorrow. I'm going to steal Madeline's idea and incorporate some ribbon and maybe some buffalo check fabric and kind of give it all a little bit of a breakup. Let's back stitch that a little bit. Okay. The cookies were a hit. And my spiced orange oatmeal cookies. If you like a crunchy little cookie, maybe on Sunday's live, if you guys want, maybe I'll post that recipe if you guys want it and tell you about it. Chocolate ones are good too, and they make like the chocolate ones make like a cookie that's nice. That's like a big cookie, like thick. Okay, here we go. I thank you guys for coming by today because I needed a little break. Holy moly. I think that we should get, I would vote for this. Oops. A break in the month of December. I'm looking for my little turn thing. I never find it. Darn it. Okay, don't do this at home. Gently. Gently. I'd like a break from the 15th through the end of the month. I don't want to work. I don't want to pay bills. I think that we should all get a break. From the 15th of December on. Okay. It's more like a big coaster. But hang on. When I worked, I used to save my 4 weeks vacation and take the whole month of December off. It was great. What a fantastic idea. What a fantastic idea. That's the way to do it. Have you been thinking about what you want to make next year? What's your one big thing? So I actually have a couple of big things that I want to do next year. I want to finish my blue petals quilt. I'd like to have that finished for the new year. That would be my Christmas gift to me, is to finish that one. It's cute. This is the kind of thing I'm telling you that you could throw in. You don't have to just be super creative. And hi, Diane. Oh, congratulations on break time. You don't have to get super creative, and if you don't have a lot of creativity skills, I usually don't. You can do something really easy, cute, just for a mug rug. It's going to go by my coffee pot tonight. I made a second one of this one too for myself because I loved this fabric. I want to do a quillo. That's one big project that I'd like to do next year, is a quillo. I want to do an around the world quilt next year. That's top on my list because I wanted to do that for a while. And then my really ambitious goal is, we talked about this a few weeks ago, and that is the Farmer's Wife sampler quilt. And the Farmer's Wife sampler quilt is a really ambitious, it's a very difficult project, but I'd like to start it next year. So whether or not I finish it next year, I don't know. But those are 3 or 4 of the things that are definitely, and to not kind of overwhelm myself or you guys, the channel, with projects. This channel was started to be a place where you could come and sew and sit and chat and write and quilt. And so I think in 2026, I will end up with maybe fewer big projects, but more projects that I take all the way through. So I'm hoping that will inspire you guys. I was really inspired in September when we did the Finish Your Projects month. And I finished 2 big quilts that have been just sitting here. And that really inspired me to continue to do that. So Diane is thinking about making bowl cozies. Oh, I love bowl cozies. I haven't done bowl cozies yet. All right, guys, I smell my meatloaf. So before we literally have dog food, I'm going to run. Mug rug. If you're doing gift baskets or whatever, this took 20 minutes. Start to finish with me yapping. Do a basket and throw a couple of these in there. It's just fun and it's cute and it's personal, right? Or find yourself a really cute panel. They're all over the place right now. Panel patterned fabric. I'm not spitting that out very well. Collage. Christmas collage that you can break up and do into multiple different pieces, because I think it just adds a really sweet touch. So with that, I am going to go and save my meatloaf. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening and a fabulous day tomorrow. Go make you a mug rug and stick it in one of your gifts as an added little twist, or put a little grommet in the corner and put it on the tag. How fun is that? Like this. We did this a few weeks ago. hot cocoa mug with a big bow. Put a little grommet in here. Oh my gosh. And add that on there like that. How cute is that? With your little mug rug. You can turn a simple gift into something way more extraordinary than just buying a box of chocolates. All right, guys. Have a fantastic evening and a fabulous day tomorrow. But remember, only a 1/4 inch seam. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. Love ya. Bye.